Jive Kerby coming in strong from the right. Take a look. Here it comes.
And here he comes, 350 miles an hour.
The heavy metal jet team T-33. The aircraft you see here has its roots going back to right after World War II. It is a derivative, a two-seat derivative of the Lockheed Shooting Star, the P-80.
That's right. It was the first two-seater jet trainer in the United States and world history. It was built because the young men coming from World War II were coming from piston-driven aircraft, having a lot of problems adjusting to learning the one-seat jet. So they had 3 extra feet and made the T-33. Coming back again from the left to the right, Jive's going to do a Cuban 8 for us. He starts in with his pull at 350 knots. Well, actually, he's decided to do something else for us today from the left to the right. I believe that was his barrel roll. Maybe a little bit gusty up there. Nope, now he's going into his Cuban.
Looks like he's going to climb right through the Geico Sky Typers, but he's not getting that high. He's got about 5,000 feet there, right?
He tops out at about 5,000, and he also goes down from 350 knots to 200 as he makes it to the top. Now he does a turn on the top to come back down so that he's not upside down as he comes back to make this Cuban 8. And he'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Go up in a loop at 350 knots. Pulling about 5 Gs. As it gets to the top, it'll be 200 knots and he'll come back down. It's a fantastic aircraft. Now, Rob, you've actually been in a T-33, I believe, at one point in your career.
I did, and I got to fly it a little bit. It was the first jet I got to fly, actually handle the controls, and it was so much fun. I remember rolling at 90 degrees to the right and sucking the stick back and just experiencing G-forces that I never had experienced before. That was the first, my own self-induced 5G pull. It got my attention.
Well, and pulling G's in this kind of aircraft does get your attention, and one thing about these older aircraft is they are not capable of handling G-suits. So these gentlemen flying these older jets are not wearing G-suits. So they'll do up to maybe 6 or 7 Gs. As Jive goes off from the right, he's going to come back from the right to the left again and do another barrel roll. Again, going about 350 knots, and as you explained yesterday, Rob, that's about 400 miles an hour. Now, a little bit about this aircraft. It is now going to be our 5th jet on what's called the heavy metal jet team, which will be coming to the circuit in 2011. We'll have 4 L-39s and a single ship solo featured performer in this T-33. This is the first time this is performed on the U.S. Air Show circuit. There he goes with a nice barrel roll, going up probably to about 1,000 feet off the ground. Doing nice there. Nice and slow roll at the top. Jive's been flying the T-33 for 5 years. He is a retired United States Air Force Lieutenant Colonel. He retired from Tyndall Air Force Base, where he was the squadron commander for the drone program, flying F-4s. He spent 20 years of his military career flying the F-15C. When he finally stopped flying that, he had over 3,400 hours in that aircraft. He is one of the highest timed F-15C pilots in the United States Air Force. He also started flying the F-4 at the end of his career and was the United States Air Force Heritage Flight Program's first F-4 pilot. Now here he comes again from the left to the right, going to do a 4-point roll. There's our first, second, third, and 4th point on that roll for us. Now, Jive still flies the F-4 as a civilian. He is the only certified flight instructor, civilian certified flight instructor in the F-4 Phantom. He is also the only civilian with a standard of aerobatic competency ground level waiver, meaning he can do aerobatics in the F-4 as close to the ground as is safe.
There were over 5,200 F-4 Phantoms produced, and now the only ones that are flying with the United States Air Force are part of that drone program. They are fully equipped with radio control capabilities so that they can be flown from the ground without a pilot aboard, because eventually those F-4s will die and end their service life at the business end of either a surface-to-air or air-to-air missile.
That is correct, but as they're training with that, the pilots in the program in the squadron, the 82nd ATRS at Tyndall, actually do learn to fly them in the cockpit, and that's where Jerry learned to fly the F-4. But he does enjoy flying the T-33. At the end of his Air Force service, he did begin his air show career as a T-33 pilot with a gentleman who a lot lot of people here may know his name is Fowler Big Dog Kerry, and he's had a T-33 act on the air show circuit for 17 years. He taught Jerry how to fly the T-33 and has been his mentor in this air show circuit for 5 years. And here he comes again from the left to the right. He's going to do another loop. 350 knots at the bottom. Pull up at a 5G pull and make it to 200 knots at the top. And here he goes, starting that pull. We always like to refer to the noise that the T-33 makes as the quiet thunder, because as you can tell, it is not quite as loud as the jets of today, such as the F-16 and A-10 and F-15s that you're going to see flying today. Jive's coming back around. Now he's picking up speed again. He'll hit about 300 to 350 now as he's coming down. Now folks, if you've got your cameras ready, as he gets out to reposition to come back from the right to the left, he's going to be doing what's called a knife edge pass. You're going to be able to see the top of that aircraft very well. So have your cameras ready as Jive repositions the heavy metal jet team T-33 to come from the right to the left in a knife edge. Again, most of his passes today are at 350 knots. He'll slow down here at the end for a couple of passes for you so you can get some other shots, but get ready. And here he comes from the right in a knife edge pass.
This paint job is unique to you guys because this paint job didn't exist on any of the service T-33s when they served with the Air Force.
No, it did not. This is a new paint scheme. It's called Arctic Camouflage, and it's used by the aggressor squadron in Alaska mainly. It's to blend in with the snow and the dark colors during the winter up north. Our entire fleet